Hey guys, what's going on? So this is the Ant-Man movie review. This video is gonna contain zero spoilers, so if you haven't watched it, oh yeah, Aiden, you wanna
Yeah. We're working together on Tuesday and we start seeing the reviews coming out.
Yeah.
50% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, excuse me? Like,
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I didn't expect
No,
that.
that was a heartbreaker. And you know, sometimes Rotten Tomatoes can be wrong, but I knew that in this case, like, it was too much for it to like.
50% is crazy.
Yeah. The last movie that had that lower percentage of Eternals, and I know some people liked it, but like, you can see the flaws in it.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, I feel like with the MCU, they're usually really nice. So for a movie to go that low, something has to be wrong with it. And after watching it, I have to say that I kind of agree. You know, I feel like I'm a little bit more optimistic about it or positive than other people. But even me, somebody that usually not too critical, I definitely understand why people are hating on it a bit. You know, it had its charm and everything, but as many people have said, the tone didn't really fit. Because Kang is such a serious person, and then you have Modoc, which is probably our biggest complaint of the movie.
Yeah, which we'll get into it in the spoiler review. Why?
Having those two villains in the movie, I feel like that's the biggest sign of the two problems.
Yeah.
Like goofy and serious. And we kept talking about it before, like, oh man, you know, an Ant-Man movie, so much stakes with such a serious character. And we were so hyped up to like watch it that we didn't realize like this doesn't even make sense. Should this happen? The only explanation that I can give is that the quantum realm was the best way to explain Kang existing and him not being part of the other movies and all of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is used the movie as a stepping stone to like move forward, to expand the plot. And it did that, you know, it did make me excited to see him again in the future. But as the movie itself, I feel like they sacrificed like the quality and how good it was.
Yeah, I mean, great point that you brought up is because I was saying like, bro, this movie really doesn't feel like an Ant-Man movie, and that's a big criticism that people have. And you said, well, and at first we were thinking, and you brought up this point, you were like, oh, that's gonna be cool. It's like a different type of Ant-Man movie, but and you said like at the end of the day, like we like Ant-Man movies because they're Ant-Man movies. So this movie doesn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. That's the first thing. But if we're just looking at it as a movie, bro, it has a bunch of problems. Like straight up, like I was telling you, this might be my least favorite Marvel movie. I know that sounds crazy.
You gotta explain it.
Yeah, like if we build up everything, if we talk about everything, like if we talk about where we are in the MCU, if we talk about the hype that was going into this movie, which I did not share, if we look at everything, this movie might be my least favorite because obviously we have Thor: The Dark World.
You should say most disappointing.
Yeah, I'll say it's the most disappointing because it's just like, you know, we have Thor: The Dark World. That's probably the worst because it has like zero redeeming qualities. It's boring. It's a bad movie, but this one is like, I don't know, it's so freaking disappointing, bro. And the more I thought about it, and that's why I'm glad that we didn't do the video immediately, because like at first I was like, oh, it's not too bad, this and that. But then the more I thought about it, the least I liked it. And it's really one of my least favorite MCU movies, bro. It's just like so many reasons why I just don't like it. And there's a lot of that I can't get into it now because it contains spoilers. But yeah, bro, it's just a humongous disappointment, guys.
Yeah, you know, it sucks to just like see as an MCU fan, because you know Black Panther, it got me excited for the future. I'm like, oh, the quality's picking back up again. And you know, I love Marvel and I've always defended it. So seeing people talk about it and me not being able to be like, oh, you're wrong. Absolutely. It's just such to see. I want to see Marvel do good. I want to see Marvel bounce back after the lackluster Phase 4 they had. There's not a good start. You know, I'm excited for the next movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, but something has to change. And we're going to talk more about that in the podcast episode we're going to do. Yeah. But overall, it sucks to say I go negative on this movie a little bit.
Yeah,
I still had some fun with it. You know, Scott Lang's always going to be funny.
And there were some super highlight funny moments. One of the funniest moments in the MCU. There was like two specific moments. Two of the funniest moments.
That we were like laughing out loud. Yeah. And it has some cool action.
And then so we both like you. You like Ken. So you like Ken, right?
Yeah.
So you like Ken, right? You like Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, no, I think Jonathan Majors. When it comes to him being the big villain of the future, I'm 100% sold on it. And he's gonna do a great job. He's intimidating. His powers are cool. Like, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, this making me excited to see him fight other Avengers. Yeah. And I know in the future he's gonna be more powerful. And he's gonna be more ruthless. When you put him in a movie that lets him do that, I mean, this movie let him do it a little bit towards the end, but like just all out, like just killing everybody. I know we're gonna have those scenes in the future, and I'm excited for it. But yeah, in this movie, like he carried it. He was the only thing that I left out of it. Like, oh yeah, like I'm excited for that. But
Para was also great once again as Ant-Man.
I mean, it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, he was super charming like always. I love how he plays his character. He's just like a guy that you root for. Literally the little man, I guess.
Yeah.
No pun intended. The new Cassie Noon was her name, right? Catherine Noon. The new,
You like Cassie Noon. I'm like, what?
Good, I couldn't find the character. Catherine Newton, she was fine. Nothing that I want to say about her. I thought she was gonna be annoying. She ended up being super fine.
No, I expected there to be more of a storyline because in the trailer they kept saying, Kang kept telling Scott, "I can give you time."
Yeah. And then Evangeline Lilly, a little bit of a disappointment in this movie. I would say, I'm not gonna say why because I guess it kind of involves spoilers.
No, we can say she got a bit sunlight. Let's just say that.
Yeah, we can say
she
that.
didn't play as big a role.
Janet was pretty big in this movie. She was, I guess, another highlight. And so shout out to Janet. And then Hank. Again, I think Hank takes a huge sideline, and I think Hank's a very important character.
Yeah, he's just chilling in this movie.
He's like chilling, and I really don't like that because I think Hank should be one of the. I mean, in the comics, him and Janet are two of the original Avengers. So it does sadden me, and I think we saw some stuff from him in the first movie that you could see kind of grow, but they just never really did anything with him. So overall, yeah, I'm also gonna have to give this movie a negative. Just very little that I liked. Obviously, I had some highlight moments, but just a really big negative. It makes me super sad as a Marvel fan, like everyone was saying. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
And check out the spoiler review coming out soon.